Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to see the second unit, accounts for non-profit organization. What is this, the non-profit organization? You know, all the organization depends upon only on the profit. But here, the title given as an accounts for an often not for a profit organization. Commerce, we have learned about the organization which earns a profit, the organization which does not earn a profit. If the organization's the main motive is not the profit, then their motive is the service motive. For example, the organization which earns any of the organizations, the main motive is the profit. We can quote an example like sole trader, partnership, any other business. But for the non-for-profit organization where they work under the service basis, for example, is the clubs, Rotary clubs, and any other association which is formed for a non-profit organizations. அதாவது ஒரு ஆர்கனைசேஷன் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்றது வந்து ப்ராஃபிட் மோட்டிவ்காக இல்லாம சர்வீஸ் மோட்டிவ்காக பண்றதுன்னா நான் ஃபார் ப்ராஃபிட் ஆர்கனைசேஷன். Now the question is that how they are maintaining accounts for a not for profit organization. That is, first chapter we are seeing about the incomplete records. That is, from the incomplete records, how they can able to maintain an account. We have seen that is from the small chart with the available information, we have found out the trading, profit and loss and balance sheet. The same way, how the non-for-profit organizations maintains an account. For example, if it's going to be a company, means they maintain a final account. Partnership also, they maintain a separate account. But for non-for-profit organization, how they maintain an account. These are the things we are going to see in this chapter. First, the learning objectives of this chapter is about to understand the features of non-for-profit organization, understand the accounting treatment items for a non-profit organization, and prepare a final accounts of a non-for-profit organization. So for all the chapters, we are going to end only with the final accounts only. So what are the contents? In this chapter, first we are going to see about the introduction, that is meaning of a not-for-profit organization, features and receipts and payments account, items peculiar for a non-for-profit organization, income and expenditures account and balance sheet. Just look here, we are going to open this only receipts and payment account. Next we will open an income and expenditure account. Finally we will open the balance sheet. So these are the three main accounts we are going to see in the non-for-profit organization. Let us move to the chapter in detail. First, we'll learn the meaning, what is meant by non-for-profit organization. As I said earlier, it is an organization established for the purpose of rendering services to the public. You have to note it down, and they are meant for only for the services to the public without any profit motive. So their aim is not the profit, their main aim is the service motive. They may be created for the promotion of art, culture, education, sports, etc. These is examples for a non-for-profit organization is charitable institutions, educational institution which works for the service motive, cultural societies, sports and recreation clubs, hospital, libraries and literary association are some of the examples for a non-for-profit organization. This is a 2 marks question. If they give an example for a non-for-profit organization, these are the examples, that is education institution, cultural, sports, recreation clubs, hospital, libraries. And they are also called as non-profit organization. We can also say not-for-profit organization or non-profit organization. Both the wordings are correct, or non-trading concern. You have to look the other terms also. Just look here. It is not-profit organization or non-trading concerns. So they raise their funds through the donations, grants from the government and subscriptions from their members. So they must also maintain a proper book of accounts. Even though they get as a donations from other person, they have to keep a proper book of an accounts. So they all the cash receipts and cash maintains are maintained at the each accounting year, and they will prepare the final accounts at the end of the year. You know what is meant by the receipts and payment. Receipts is nothing but the all the income will say as a receipt. All the payments, means what is the cash paid will say as a payment. For example, cash receipt is nothing but the what are the items that cash is received into the business. For example, bank amount received in the form of a check. It's nothing but cash receipt. Payment, subscription paid, electricity charges paid. It's nothing but the payment. Next is the what are the features, what are the characteristics for this not for profit organization. First, organizations which functions without any profit motive. They work under only service motive. Their aim is to provide services to the specific group or the public at a large, and they do not undertake business or a trading activities. They do not undergo the usual trading activity of the business. Since they work under a service motive, they work for certain types of trading activities alone. Their main source of income is subscription from members, donations, grants, aid and HSCs are their main subscription. எப்படி அவங்களுக்கு வந்து இன்கம் கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னா டொனேஷன்ஸ், அடுத்தவங்களுக்கு வந்து வர டொனேஷன்ஸ், அப்புறம் வந்து மற்ற எய்ட்ல இருந்து ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபண்டுக்காக டொனேட் பண்றது, ஃபாரின் ஃபண்ட் வந்து நம்ம ரைஸ் பண்ணி வர்றது, இது எல்லாமே வந்து சே அஸ் income for the non-profit organizations. Next, at the end of this accounting period, the following final accounts are prepared for the non-profit. We are going to prepare these three accounts only for the non-profit organizations. That is receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. We are going to solve the problem one by one. First, we will see the problem and the format of it, receipts and payments account. According to Section 8 of the Indian Companies Act, 2013 are required to prepare their income and expenditure account and balance sheet as per Schedule 3 of the Indian Companies Act 2013. We have to keep a note that they have mentioned in this unit not for organization not registered under the Indian Companies Act dealt with, hence income and expenditure account and balance sheet are not prepared according to Schedule 3 of the Companies Act. Actually, when a non-profit organization means they have to follow the Schedule 3. But for this unit, since you are a student, your practicing section is only going on. So we are not following this Schedule 3 as per the Companies Act. Next, first thing we are going to see about the receipts and payments account. What is that receipts and payment? It's nothing but it is a summary of cash and bank transactions. It is prepared at the end of financial account. Then what account it is? It is a real account. It is a one word. Receipts and payment is a summary of a cash and bank, and it is a real account, and it begins with opening balance of cash and ends with the closing balance of cash. As usual, we'll start the entries with opening balance to balance drop down of cash or bank, and we'll end with same thing with by balance carried out with cash and the bank. All the cash receipts are shown under the debit side, and all cash payments are shown under the credit side of this account. Next, what is meant by the cash receipt? As I said, cash receipt is nothing but the income, and the cash payment is the amount paid. What are the expenses we will see as a payment. Next, this may relate to the current year or the previous year or for the subsequent year. We have to note this point also. That is, for the amount entered in the income and expenditure, it is entered both for the current previous and for the subsequent years. Irrespective of the amount is received or paid, it is recorded if cash is received or paid during the year. Next, what are the non-cash items? That is depreciation, outstanding, all the adjustment information, accrued income, income are not shown in the receipts and payments. Once again, we'll recall the things. What are the items that comes under the receipts and payments? Receipts and payments போடும்போது start பண்ணும்போது to balance brought down, அதாவது cash balance, bank balance. முடிக்கும்போது by balance carried out, cash balance, bank balance. நமக்கு வந்து ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயம் மட்டும்தான் பேலன்சிங் ஃபிகரா கிடைக்கும். அதாவது ஓப்பனிங் பேலன்ஸ் எல்லாம் க்ளோசிங் பேலன்ஸ். நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து all the receipts, incomes எல்லாத்தையும் டெபிட் சைடுல, payments எல்லாத்தையும் under the credit side you will enter. And you will enter all the 3 years of information, அதாவது current year, previous year and the subsequent information you will enter. And non cash items, அதாவது adjustmentsல வர items எதுவுமே வந்து receipts and payments entry பண்ண மாட்டோம். See, an example for the non-cash item is about the depreciation, outstanding expenses and accrued items will not be entered in the receipts and payments accounts. So, you have to keep it this to enter all the items recorded in the receipts and payments account. We have a separate format for this. This is only the theoretical part of it, receipts and payments accounts. Next, we move on for the format of an receipts and payments accounts. These receipts and payments account, you have to use both the side of an accountancy sheet. That is debit side and credit side. You have to divide the page into two. All the receipts must be in the debit side and all the credits must be in the payment side. அதாவது உங்களுடைய அக்கௌண்டன்சி ஷீட்ல ரெண்டு சைடுமே யூஸ் பண்ணணும். இந்த சைடுல டெபிட் சைடு இருக்கிறது எல்லாமே உங்களுடைய ரெசிப்டும், கிரெடிட் சைடு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ் எல்லாமே பேமெண்ட். ஒரு சைடு ஆஃப் தி ஷீட்டை யூஸ் பண்ண கூடாது. both the side of the sheet must be used for the receipts and payment account. This is the format. First நீ format உன் நோட்ல எழுதிக்கணும். அதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் நீ சம்ம ஆரம்பிக்கணும். You have to memorize this format to do the problem correctly. First, we have to write the heading as format of receipts and payment account. They will give the heading as a payment of whose account for the year ended. So, we'll fill this account as per the schedule. Next, as I said earlier, we'll start the receipt with to balance brought down. It may be the cash at bank or the cash in hand. Next, you will always end with by balance carried out. So, your balance will be if balancing figure is on the credit side, that is this side, payment side, you will get this as a balance. The cash கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னா remaining is the bank balance. வேற எதுவுமே இல்ல அப்படியே கேஷ் ஐட்டம்ஸ் இருக்குல்ல, பேங்க் ஐட்டம்ஸ் இருக்குன்னா நமக்கு பேலன்ஸ் வந்து இந்த சைடு கிரெடிட் சைடுல தான் வருதுன்னா அப்போ பை பேலன்ஸ் கேரிட் அவுட் பிராக்கெட்ல கேஷ் இன் ஹேண்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. I think it will be clear. Once again I will say that if cash in hand information கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னா அடுத்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் பேலன்சிங் ஃபிகர் கேஷ் அட் பேங்க்னு சொல்லிட்டு பேலன்சிங் ஃபிகர் போடுவீங்க. கேஷ் இன் ஹேண்ட் பத்தியும் கேஷ் அட் பேங்க் எதுவுமே அமௌண்ட் கொடுக்கலாம்னா பேலன்சிங் ஃபிகர் நமக்கு கிரெடிட் சைடுல வருது அப்படின்னா அப்போ பை பேலன்ஸ் கேரி டவுன் கேஷ் இன் ஹேண்ட் பேலன்சிங் ஃபிகர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு எழுதுவோம். What are the items that comes under the receipts and payments items? Means revenue. As I said here, receipts is nothing but what are the cash comes into the business is known as a receipt. For example, they are saying these are the revenue receipts: subscription, entrance fees, general donations, granting aid, sale of old newspaper, interest or investment, dividend from the share, locker, rent receipts, and receipt. And capital receipt, first you have to know these items because in theoretical question they will ask these items as an example. State any two receipt they will ask. State any two capital receipt or capital payment, revenue payment. So you have to be thorough with this format. And if not, they will ask another question. Dividend is an example for what? If they ask this, it is a revenue. Dividend is an example for a revenue receipt. And next they will ask investment is an example for, you should not say it is an asset. Indian income and expenditure. Indian income and expenditure. This investment is a capital payment. So you have to thorough all this format to order to do the sum correctly. Next, all these payments, salary, rent paid, electricity, these informations are known for you. These are the expenses: insurance, advertisement, telephone, entertainment, audit fees, repairs, conveyance charges, newspapers, office expenses, gardening, sundry expenses are the revenue payments. So while you are writing itself, please memorize all these things and then start writing it. While you are tallying it, this will tally like this. And if you get the balance under the debit side, that is on the receipt side, you will write it as a bank overdraft. If the balance comes under the credit side, you will write it as a cash in hand. If the balance comes under the debit side, you will write it as a bank overdraft. So after this format, you can start doing the problem. First, you have to write the format, then only you have to move to the illustrations problem. By the starting, students please write the date, chapter number and the chapter name. Then you start doing the format. Then you start doing the problems. Without format, without memorizing the format, don't do the illustrations or the exercise problem because you find it very difficult to solve the problem. This chapter you have to give more importance because so many technical terms will be there. So you have to concentrate more for this chapter. Let us solve the illustration number 1. From the following particulars of Tamil Nadu Educational Society, Tamil Educational Society prepare receipts and payments accounts for the year ended 31st March 2019. These are the information. So you know the format, receipts and payments account of Tamil Educational Year, the books of Tamil Educational Society, receipts and payment account for the year ended 31st March 2019. So what we are going to do is opening cash balance. This is your opening balance, and with this is the cash in hand 18,000. It is displayed here, and rent paid is nothing but the payment. Scholarship given, it's nothing but the 15,200. Scholarship given is 10. So we have paid. Given means நம்ம தான் கையில கொடுத்துருக்கோம், கையில நம்ம கையில இருக்க கேஷ் வெளியில போயிருக்கோம். அப்போ it is a payment. Entrance fees received அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. Cash we have received the cash, so it is a receipt account. So building purchased, cash is going out, so it is nothing but the payment. And staff salary, no, it is a payment. So with this available information, receipt side will be high, that is 3 lakh 1,500. With this 3 lakh 1,500, we'll get a balance of 15,300. What will write it as this balance as? By balance carried out, cash in hand 15,300. Just repeat here, we have started with opening balance and we have ended with closing balance. In bracket, we have to write balancing figure. In accountancy, whatever you find as an amount, in bracket, we have to write as a balancing figure. I just said as an oral information. We'll start doing the exercise problem. Then just move on to the exercise problem number 1. In this problem, from the informations given below, prepare receipts and payment account of Unity Sports Club for the year ended 31st December 2018. Just I already said this information. We solve this problem in the next session. Because you have to memorize the format, then only you can able to do the problem. So I am giving some time to memorize the format. Cash in hand is opening balance, so we'll write it as a to balance problem. Salary paid is nothing but the is a payment. Next, what are the informations? Right membership fee received. It is received. They said since it is a receipt. Subscription receipt. Yeah, again it is a receipt. Print receipt. It is a receipt. Paid for printing charges. It's a payment. Rather than receipt. Government receipt is a receipt. Government expenses, it is a payment. Investment purchased. So investment purchased is nothing but the purchased means if the cash is going out, though investment is an don't treat it as an investment as an hazard. Hazard, we are seeing the income and expenditure account, investment purchase. So cash is going out. So it is a payment. With this, we can able to solve the, we can able to find out the balance. That is your closing balance. You will get a closing balance of 5,000. I think you can take this first problem as your homework. After memorizing the format, after doing the illustration, you can start doing the exercise number 1. The sense of methodology, you have to use both the side of the accountancy sheet and tally with each other. Neatly write the question number and then start doing it. We'll see the other sections. Problem number 2. With this, we are winding up this section.